Good morning. If you haven't been living under a rock, then you've seen how AI has blown up lately. It seems like it's absolutely everywhere. There's AI in almost any products: phones, glasses, watches, pins, and even fridges. Now, a lot of this seems pretty absurd. Most of it is just a marketing hype, but at the same time, I can't help but wonder what is actually behind this tech. If you take a look at the core, then this AI is actually a myriad of really cool and interesting technologies. The main ones that you'll see are LLMs, machine learnings, and neural networks. Because of this marketing term, I personally hate the term AI. It glosses over a bunch of really cool technologies that deserve their time in the spotlight. And because of this, I'm not going to call it AI for the rest of the video. Well, anyways. On a completely different note, last spring I made a simple running game roughly based off of Quant. This was a fun physics-based movement game, and I had fun making the game. I actually have a video of that if you want to check it out. I had made the game, had fun with it, but that's where I left it at. A couple of months ago, I started thinking about AI, and I started looking into the different technologies. They were super fascinating and really fun to learn about. And then it hit me. Hey, I'm smart. Why don't I try and make some AI stuff? And I had the perfect candidate. I had this physics-based running game. Why not try to hook up some of this AI tech, specifically neural networks and machine learnings, to my athlete? This would help me learn about how this technology works firsthand. So what am I waiting for? Let's get going. First up, I have to convert the game for this use case. This meant I took the game part out of the game. And what do I mean by that? Well, I took out menus and all the features that make it enjoyable for us humans to play. I rewrote a couple of systems and how it managed the player's position. This was all to help the AI better interface with the athlete and be able to play the game. From here, I got to work on the heart of the project. Actually, I think a brain would be a more accurate term. So, I got to work on the brain of the project. For the runner guy, I was using a simple neural network. For those of you who don't know, a neural network is a rough simulation of a human brain. There are a set of nodes, or neurons, that are all connected, resembling the same structure that is in our brain, allowing the computer to learn and act in a very human way, like learning how to run in a video game. Now, that sounds fairly complicated. How am I going to go about setting up an entire neural network? Luckily enough, I don't have to. Unity actually has a first-party plugin for these types of systems. I don't have to put an ounce of work trying to write this system myself. I downloaded Unity's ML agents and all of the required packages and got straight to work. Unity's ML agents was fairly user-friendly, so quickly I got everything I needed into the scripts. For the network to learn and run, I needed to set out what earns the athlete rewards and what gets it punished. This allows the brain to optimize for the most possible reward. In this situation, it was pretty easy to figure out. I rewarded the player for making progress in the level and keeping its head as high as possible. And on the flip side of that, I punished the athlete for being on the ground or going too slow. The main goal of the athlete is to manage its way over 5 hurdles and get to the finish line. This sounds like a very achievable goal, and hopefully, if the network completes it, it should then try and optimize its time as much as possible. Okay, I have everything ready to go. Now just time to press play. All of my hard work comes down to this one moment. Well, let's go for it. And it didn't work. Of course it didn't work. Well, let's jump into it.
One eternity later.
Yeah, I can't get it working. It's been weeks since I first tried, and I've done almost everything I can think of to fix it. I think one of the dependency for the Python programs just isn't working on my MacBook, and I can't find any way to fix this. Well, that sucks. But I guess it's time to shelf this project. Now, that bit was all the way back in September, over 6 months ago. Since then, things have changed for me quite a bit. My computer setup is completely different now. I have a new laptop, but more importantly, a new Windows PC. My new PC was going to give me a bunch of new opportunities that I just wasn't able to do before on my MacBook. And lucky enough for this project, it gave the ability for me to continue working on my neural network. Let's get going. While setting up this computer, the first file that I transferred over was the neural network. It only took a couple of months, but let's continue work on this project. I was so excited to work on this project again, so I dived in headfirst. The majority of the project transferred seamlessly from my previous computer and required minimal setup before I got everything up and running. I pulled open the project, got everything set up, and pressed play. And it worked! The athlete was moving. Oh yeah. The Python package actually worked on this computer, and I was officially training my own neural network now. Well, let's see what he's up to. It's been a couple hours now, and well, here he is. Not exactly learning. Let's see what's happening. What I think is happening is that the network is trying too hard to keep its head high. It's too worried about this to see it could do much better if it just went forward. Well, what can I really do about this? I decided to take the easy way out. I got rid of all of the reward that the athlete got for keeping its head high. We'll just focus on finishing the level, and then we can maybe reintroduce it. Let's try it again. After another day of training, it was better, but still not perfect. I jumped back into the code and tuned some more parameters. This time, I worked on the rewards that the player was receiving. While looking through the systems, I also noticed quite a lot of quick errors that I made and fixed them in hopes that it would make the program run better. Still with high hopes, I pressed play again. Well, it was better, but not great. What if I change the max size? Add more reward? I'll try switching learning algorithms. What if I change the time it's training for? What if I change algorithms? I kept going back and forth, changing a small bit, and then testing it again. And this wasn't a quick process. I could quickly make the change, but to see how it actually affected the network, I would have to wait hours to see the result. I went on changing settings, then testing for weeks. It didn't take me 1 or 2 runs, but on the 63rd run, I pressed play, and here's what I got. Finally, I got the network to complete the test run. The athlete got over all 5 hurdles and completed the course. Although he wasn't the fastest, he was still my little AI, my child, and he had accomplished his goal. After a month of hard work, I have my own little AI living inside my computer that I trained myself. Its performance isn't the best, and honestly, I was expecting more out of this, but there's no one to blame except for myself, and I'm satisfied enough with it. I know this project also doesn't seem like it took that long, but it's taken me absolutely forever. Like I said, I started this all the way back in September. It took me over half a year of delays to finish this project. but I really had a ton of fun. It was really fun to learn about all of these algorithms and technologies. Thanks for sticking around this long. On another note, recently I released a game on Steam and mobile, and downloading this is really the best way that you can support me and my channel. It's a fun little game, and all I get from it goes directly to supporting projects, like this one. Overall, this was a super fun project. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I did making it. And like always, we've got more to come. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, then like and subscribe. If you didn't, don't. Or whatever. I'm not your mom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.